Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langate girim yatkupatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarine. Hare Krishna. So today we'll see verse number 5 and 6. My voice is not little bit okay because of cough. Let's see. Okay. So Krishna explaining about the now actually Krishna starts explaining the real question, like Arjuna said, like some people will keep faith in something but not in scriptures. So what is that? uh, how to differentiate that? So Krishna till now gives answer in a broader way, that about asuric and demonic, and then according to one's existence in particular mode, he has particular faith. Then he told about the devtas, worship of devtas is sattvic, worship of yaksha rakshasa is rajasic, and worship of bhut and preta is tamasic. So now from this verse, actually Krishna starts explaining about different. Now he in this verse he explains about austerity. So how is the austerity in different faith? Okay, so let us see this. Ashastra vihitam ghoram
Asastra vihitam ghoram
tapyante ye tapo janaha
tapyante ye tapo janaha
damba ahankara samyukta
damba ahankara samyukta
kamaraga balanvita
kamaraga balanvita
balanvita karshayantah sharirastam
कर्षयन्तः शरीरस्थं
bhutagramam chetasah
भूतग्रामं चेतसः
मां चैवान्तः शरीरस्थं
मां चैवातः शरीरस्थं
तान् विद्यासुरनिश्चयान्.
तान् विद्या असुरनिश्चयान् अशास्त्रविहितं घोरं तप्यन्ते ये तपो जनः दम्भाहङ्कार संयुक्त कामरागबलान्वितः कर्षयन्तः शरीरस्थं भूतग्रामम् अचेतसः मां चैव शरीरस्थं तान् विद्धि असुरनिश्चयान्
अशास्त्रविहितं घोरं तप्यन्ते ये तपोजनः दम्भाहङ्कारसंयुक्ता कामरागबलान्वितः कर्षयन्तः शरीरस्थं भूतग्रामम् अचेतसः मां चैवान्तः शरीरस्थं तान् विद्यासुरनिश्चयान्.
Okay, translation and purport. Those who undergo severe austerities and penances, not recommended in scriptures, performing them out of pride and egoism, who are impelled by lust and attachment, who are foolish and who torture the material elements of the body, as well as the super soul dwelling within, are to be known as demons. Purport. There are persons who manufacture modes of austerity and penance which are not mentioned in scriptural injunction. For instance, fasting on some ulterior purpose, such as to promote purely political end, is not mentioned in scriptural direction. The scriptures recommend fasting for spiritual advancement, not for some political end or some social purpose. Persons who take to such austerities, according to Bhagavad Gita, certainly demonic. Their acts are against spiritual injunctions and not beneficial for people in general. Actually, they act out of pride and false ego, lust, and attachment for material enjoyment. By such activities, not only is the combination of material elements of which the body is constructed disturbed, but also the Supreme Personality Godhead Himself living within the body. Such unauthorized fasting or austerities for some political end are certainly very disturbing to others. They are not mentioned in Vedic literatures. A demonic person may think that he can force his enemy or other parties to comply with his desire by this method, but sometimes one dies by such fasting. These acts are not approved by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he says that those who engage in them are demons. Such demonstrations are insults to the Supreme Personality of Godhead because they are enacted in disobedience to the Vedic scriptural injunctions. The word achetasaha is significant in this connection. Persons of normal mental condition must obey scriptural injunction. Those who are not in such position neglect and disobey the scriptures and manufacture their own ways of austerity and penance. One should always remember the ultimate end of demonic people, as described in previous chapter. The Lord forces them to take birth in wombs of demonic persons. Consequently, they will live by demonic principles life after life without knowing their relationship with the Supreme Personality of God. However, such persons are fortunate enough to be guided by spiritual master who can direct them to the path of Vedic wisdom, they can get out of this entanglement and ultimately achieve the supreme goal. Okay, so here what Krishna is explaining that okay, this because Arjuna asked like these people will have faith in something. So because of that faith, and to show their damba and ahankar, to show their pride and ahankar, people will do austerities or penances. So Srila Prabhupada gives example of the fasting done by different political parties. Okay, I will fast till I die, something like that, if these conditions are not met. So this is never specified that fasting is used for this purpose. So there are similarly in Kali Yuga we can see there are different options that people use to get people um, agree to us them. Like this, there is also like some activities of um, this fasting is one thing, or they say I will cycle, or I will go on bicycle, or I will go on walking from this place to that place 100 kilometers, something like that, to protest. Mm. Or to protest, they sometimes people say like uh, now today is like India close, right? So close all the activities. So what they close the necessities of the people. So this is not austerity, like closing a country for your own benefits. So this is totally political agenda that they want to gain something. They want to gain support, they want to gain popularity, something like that. But what happens? Who suffers is the normal person who is dependent on such thing. And also, when the people suffer, also the super soul in the body also suffers. So this type of austerities or activities are not approved in the Vedas. But people have faith in that. Okay, if I do like this, maybe I will get what I want. So people do these activities repeatedly. So Krishna is saying that these activities are not Vedic or Shastric, so they are demonic activities. So why the demonic activities? Because the intention of those activities is not pure. The intention is not to gain spiritual progress, but intention is to enjoy. How they enjoy? Like I have a particular demand, and to fulfill that demand, I will do some austerity. So that is ultimately for own sense gratification. So that is there is no way of or no chance of spiritual progress when you are doing it for yourself. Hmm. So that's why this word kama raga balanvita. So for to satisfy our own self. And what we do, people torture their own bodies and torture bodies of the other people who have faith in that one person. So that one person, he will do fasting, and he will also make other people who trust him or who have faith in him to do the fasting. So he is torturing himself. Along with him, he is making others also torture their bodies, and also the super soul who is in their body. Both get suffering. So this type of activities, Krishna says, is not recommended in Shastra. So they are demonic activities. And so that is generally in ignorance. And the result of such activities is what is explained in the last chapter. It's continuous birth in lower and lower species of life. So Krishna in this chapter from now onwards, he will explain different types of faith and activities people will do. So austerity, see, this is ignorance in demonic, but austerity in passion, austerity in goodness, charity. So all this one by one, Krishna will explain in this chapter to tell Arjuna and us, if you keep faith not in the Shastra or scriptures, but somewhere else, and then what type of activity generally you do. Okay, so we'll see these details in the next verses. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Sorry, today also I have runny nose, so little bit disturbances. So any comments? Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.